Hi everyone, this is DinoSasha here, and welcome back to another review. And today we're gonna take a look at the figure. It is the Schleich 2018 polar bear. Now, is a species of bear that thrived in Arctic, which the bear's size, depending what it is, it's only the males around is 200 or 250 centimeters, 6.6 to 8.2 feet long, and weigh up to 300 800 kilograms, or 660 to 1,760 pounds. Females are small, around as 180 or 200 centimeters, 5.9 to 6.6 feet tall or long, and weigh up to 150 to 300 kilograms, or 303 and 660 pounds. Now, polar bears are both on terrestrial and pecophilic, meaning ice, which that makes sense since these creatures have developed such behavior. Now, the polar bear lists as vulnerable species due to the climate condition. Now, consider that polar bear is one of the largest terrestrial carnivores ever to live on the planet. Their carnivores mainly hunt down seals, whales, and other creatures. Now, despite the fact, it is actually closely related to a modern grizzly bear. Now, except white, I guess. Now, let's talk about very basic thing about it, is this sculpt. Now, the sculpt is a very usual for a bear like that, which basically, that bear is basically the massive creature to have it. So much so, because of it might consider that. So the polar bear is the largest terrestrial carnivore in the world, while the elephant is around as the largest terrestrial herbivore. Now, this is considered to be a very bizarre one, and I'm guessing that the bear might prove that. So the pose, I think it's on sniffing pose, I guess. Maybe it's looking for its territorial mate, maybe it will find out soon enough, but it's just my opinion on that creature. It makes sense. Now, about the details, I think it's put a detail on the bear, which it's okay for me, whatever it is, which, I mean, it's okay for a carnivore. It depends what it is. Now let's talk about the color scheme. The color scheme is actually based on a real-life polar bear, and basically, this is exactly what it was. All wide and all of that, and just, it's a good thing. Polar bear is actually a pretty white bear, I'm gonna say. Some people refer to as the ice bear, or sea bear, and even the snow bear, if they could call that. Now, for a reason, the polar bear is actually the massive predator on its ecosystem, which it's basically the same thing happens. But, in a way, the bear deserves a chance for being the large predator of its ecosystem, which makes sense. Now, we're gonna take a look at the ruler, so let's give this polar bear a measure. Terms from a length from the tip of the snout, always tip of the tail, which, sure enough, only at about 4 inches, and which is only at about, as we can see, is around as 10.5 centimeters. Now, the height on top of the ear, we're looking at about 2.2 inches, and which is only at about 6.3 centimeters. Now, for comparison, I'm gonna bring up some other bears. Here's with the other bears, like the Collecte 2012 brown bear cub. Now, the bear cub is actually the baby of a bear, which polar bear is actually bigger than the baby of a brown bear, which makes sense for a cub to find out on the predator's sight. And another one is the PNS Papo 2005 Pyrenees bear, a much smaller relative and a more French version of a bear, which polar bear is still a titan of the bears. And another comparison, here's with its cub's mother, the Collecte 2012 brown bear. Now, referred to as Ursa because female bears are technically smaller than a male, which males may become dominant if they could. And another comparison, here's with the Safari LTD 2016 grizzly bear, but standing up. Now, grizzly bear is basically one of the largest land predators in North America, but the polar bear is titled the biggest terrestrial carnivore ever to live on Earth, which makes sense that the polar bears are absolute strong beasts. And now for comparison, here's with the Safari Ltd 1998 giant panda. Now, pandas are technically herbivores, while the polar bear is an apex predator of its ecosystem, which polar bear is basically a ruthless killing machine, which makes sense for a bear. The panda deserves a cuteness, while the polar bear deserves a majesty. Now, for a rating, this polar bear is very cute, very big and fluffy, and I'm gonna give it a solid 9.5 out of 10, which is really good. People have been known that this bear could serve to be endangered, but everyone will never give up to rescue this majestic polar bear from extinction, if they could. But the polar bear is still the largest terrestrial predator. But if you know about this figure, let me know in the comments is what you think about that figure. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications so you'll never miss the video. Leave your comments below, and I'll be seeing you for another review about Papo 2013 Giraffe. Goodbye everyone, and see you all next time.